we have to go to the root. We have to go to the cause. Dealing with the condition itself is not enough.
Dear Mr. Massa, I'm just trying to mind my own business. What's the matter? It's just another day, another black king captured. I'm about to lose my brain, stuck inside this ghetto rapture. I got a lot of smoke. If you want it, you can have it. They want a hat trick, but this is black girl magic. Ain't talking about the kind that'll make you disappear, but I'm talking about the power of the melanin within. Ain't looking for trouble, but I'ma say this one time. I put 2 dukes up if you try to touch mine. We still want justice for Samir and Trayvon. You say you don't see color, but racism ain't blind. They targeting little kids whose skin look just like mine. So I'm paranoid, it's a war zone outside. And I'm a black queen, so if you ask me to step out of my car, you gon' have to snatch me. Cause I ain't going no damn well. Had to spend my whole life living unfair. Ancestors got my back and they right here. You can never understand, it's a nightmare. Living in my black shoes by the black rules. You can keep your handshake, I don't dap coons. The white man that go nuts if he can't shoot. But you all on his side like a damn fool. Make it make sense.
We are oppressed.
Queen.
We are exploited. We are downtrodden.
Make it make sense.
We are denied not only civil rights but even human rights.
Ahmadiyyah.
So the only way we're going to get some of this
Ahmadiyyah.
oppression and exploitation
Queen.
away from us or aside from us is come together
Queen.
against the common enemy. Who taught you to hate the texture of your
Ahmadiyyah.
hair? Who taught you to hate the color of your skin?
Ahmadiyyah.
Parents, pay attention to the books, the school system, even to your little children. Lies mixed with wisdom. His skin too bright, so he was blind to the prison. My skin just right, so I collide with division. You trying to pray to God, but we tired of religion. No savior saving, we got to save our savings. We used to pay miss, how we gon' make the slave rich? But who's to blame, and tell me why you complaining? We need a team effort just to rule the nation. Like a bad relationship, missing communication. We missing moderation. They trying to get a poison to my population. No reparations. I'm getting tired of Satan.
We are oppressed.
Queen.
I'm getting tired of waiting.
We are downtrodden.
Queen.
We are denied not only civil rights but even human rights.
Ahmadiyyah.
So the only way we're going to get some of this
Ahmadiyyah.
oppression and exploitation.
Queen.
One of mine and you're done. They show no love for the queen. Why you hating on me? Is it cause I'm free and I got Malcolm X in my jeans? I got dreams like King Luther, shed blood like Kunsa. You ain't helping my people, I ain't got nothing to say to ya. I want all the smoke like hookah. Talking reparations. America won't be great until they give us compensation. I'm like, I'm the hottest right now. See a bunch of lames out here trying to jock on my style. They be doing too much. I'm the queen, it's too easy. It's like they all in Popeyes, how they be talking so greasy. I just sit back and laugh while these haters get madder. So nefarious how they don't want my pockets with cheddar. I tell them they can do better. These snakes in the grass can leave a bite on your ass, cause y'all be trusting too fast. I got my foot on the gas, other one on they necks. Dropping receipts on haters, you better show some respect. I'm never facing regrets, we only facing the threat.
This is the sound of Eric
It's a cut on the gas, other one on they necks. Dropping receipts on haters, you better show some respect. I'm never facing regrets, we only facing the threat. Running through every challenge like a relay, break no sweat. It's a cold game, so I got that blanket with me. Now that my people awaken, ain't no going to sleep. I do not play by my piece, this time I'm playing for keeps. You talking slick, but when I see you like them ends, we gon' meet. And I got gold all in my skin, God all in my blood, kings all in my circle. You touch one of mine and you're done. They show no love for the queen, why they hating on me? Is it cause I'm free and I got Malcolm X in my jeans, and I got gold all in my skin, God all in my blood, kings all in my circle. bitch know me. Is it cause I'm free and I got Malcolm X to my jeans and I got...
Bisco, y'all see me fall. Bisco.
Give a brother a break. I don't know.
Speaking of brothers, some people have criticized you for selling out to the white rock audience with Purple Rain and leaving your black listeners behind. How do you respond to that?
Oh, come on. Come on. Cufflinks like this cost money, okay? Let's be frank. Can we be frank? If we can't be nothing else, we might as well be frank, okay?
They manhandled me very roughly. My shoulder is dislocated, literally. It's hurting me very badly. I'm in pain all the time. See this arm? This is as far as I can reach it. Same with this side over here. It's very swollen with the handcuffs, the way they tied them too tight behind my back.
Behind your back?
Yeah, and they put it in a certain position knowing that it's going to hurt. There was doo-doo feces thrown all over the walls, the floor, the ceiling, and it stunk so bad.
Hello, everyone. Thanks for tuning back in once again to the original Queen Ahmadiyyah Shakur show. I'm your host, Queen Ahmadiyyah Shakur, and this is your morning wake-up call. So as you're coming in, please feel free to go ahead and subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. Be sure to click that notification bell and click the word all so you're notified each time the Queen Goddess goes live. Okay, so let's get black into it. All right. Hey, Battle X. Stacy's in the house, Lady E, J.R. Meadows, Naja Israel, Wavy Though, Courtney J, Miss Evie. All right, T Woodard, I see you. Nessie X said Queen is so nefarious. So are you all. 504 Nola, London is in the house, Pearly. All right, Hundia, Claudette, Root Trackers, Radical Brian. Okay, Priscilla. Shout out to the moderators putting in work. I see you, Jeff ATL. Let's get into it. Dangerous. All right. So shout out to my loyal Rose and everyone tuned into the Queen. Okay, let's get this party started. Now, I tried to be on time today, but alas, things continue to happen. Okay, so I'm not that late, but let's get into it because we're on a little early today because I have something to do after I get these videos done. So let's start off with my TikTok that I did yesterday about Claudia Jordan going in on Jaguar, honey. Said Jaguar was lying on her and she wasn't going for it. Okay, so let's get into it. I'm going to share my screen so you all can see this as we delve into the nefariousness of it all. Like stuff, everyone, please like and share. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram at Dr_A_Shakur, TikTok at Dr. A Shakur, Twitter at DGoddess27. And as per usual, beloveds, if you don't like what the Queen is cooking, why are you here? Just simply exit stage left and don't let the virtual doorknob hit you. All right, here we go. Shakur. So Claudia Jordan has all the smoke for Jaguar, right? Because Jaguar did an interview where she mentioned Claudia and Diddy in the same sentence, and it was pertaining to Kathy White, the young woman who passed away at the age of 28, who was allegedly Jay-Z's mistress. So when she was talking about this, she brought up Claudia's name, and Claudia did not like what she had to say, and she took to social media to give a response. So let's get into it.
And yet, they had to sit there and have that conversation like they didn't know who did it. Think of the power of that moment. Think about Claudia Jordan right now. Claudia Jordan don't ever mention my mother name. She mentioned it yesterday. Talking about why people are afraid to come forward. You mean like you? You was Diddy girl. Corey was Jay-Z girl. Why don't you claim your friend? Claudia.
So, Jack, wouldn't you say?
When I say Corey, I'm talking about Kathy White.
Oh, yeah, that's what I was about to ask.
Jay-Z's pregnant mistress, who died of an imaginary...
This was Claudia's response. She says, when will you people learn? I have never been with, never dated, never slept with, never made out with, never been in any kind of intimate relationship or situationship with Diddy, Sean Combs, Sean John, Sean Connery, or any other Sean. I met him at the 2009 BET Awards at rehearsal because I was a presenter and he performed that year. I merely took 2 playful photos with him backstage, sitting on a couch, not his lap, and took my behind right on out of there to the after parties with my bestie, Alta. I posted the photos on my MySpace page along with all the other celebs I took pics with and woke up the next day to dozens of angry text messages from him because he was mad someone snatched pics from my MySpace album and sent them to Ahmadiyyah Takeout, and he blamed me. But at the time, I didn't even know what Ahmadiyyah Takeout page was, aka Fred. He knows. 58 text messages later, after a heated exchange where I did not back down, it was a done deal and squashed. And he never texted me, and I never texted him ever again. So how the F was I ever his girl? I saw him another time in Vegas at Tao as part of a huge group of celebs that was all at the same party, feet away. But we didn't speak. And of course, I've been to a couple of his parties where we didn't even speak, as hundreds of people were there and I left early. At Jaguar Wright, you can't just say whatever you think so avidly and loudly with no facts behind it. Your information on me is 100% incorrect. I don't know why I'm constantly thrown into every darn scandal, and y'all have yet to provide not one piece of real evidence. Y'all can't possibly keep taking photos from award shows and parties where everyone is there and accessible and make these meaningless pictures a thing and into a whole conspiracy theory. Y'all heard it here first. It's all cap, and I'm tired of it. Jaguar, check your inbox. Okay, I hate that I have to keep defending myself and correcting y'all's lies, but here we are, and enough is enough. Now, she says, I'm not sure if this qualifies as defamation, but it definitely qualifies as a bold-faced lie. Okay, so she's talking about defamation. So at the end of the day, I mean, sometimes you have to be careful of what you say. Now, Jaguar has said, statements that have proven to be factual in some cases, but you can't just look at a picture and assume something because you don't know what the story is behind it unless you were actually there. I mean, maybe Jaguar knows something that she hasn't said. I don't know, but Claudia is going in, so please pay attention. And I guess this is the picture that Claudia is talking about where she's sitting on the couch next to Diddy. I mean, they look a little cozy, but, that doesn't mean anything. And then here's the picture from where they were at the party in Vegas. The one in the pink, if you see the circle around, the one in the pink or the fuchsia looking dress, that's Kathy White, and Claudia's in the white dress. And then if you look over, you see Jay-Z wearing the glasses and looks like a white hoodie and a jacket. And then Diddy's off to the side, over to the far right, or your left, my right. And he's wearing a white t-shirt. So you can't really say that they're together even in this. It just looks like a bunch of people partying. So at the end of the day, if there was anything going on, I don't think the pictures are the proof of that. Okay, so please pay attention. But what I will say is that I found an article where it listed a list of Claudia Jordan's so-called exes, and it does have Diddy listed as number 10. And pay attention because it has each person's occupation next to their name, and next to Diddy's it says thief. Which I thought was absolutely hilarious. Okay. So anyway, it looks like there was some other people that obviously thought the same thing, that there was something going on with her and Diddy because his name's on this long list. Okay. And this is a picture of Claudia standing next to Kathy White, the woman that was allegedly Jay-Z's mistress, who was pregnant when she passed away at the age of 28. At the end of the day, all of these different people are getting dragged into Diddy's BS. And if I were Claudia Jordan, if I had been dealing with Diddy, I wouldn't want to know either. So I'd absolutely say, yeah, that never happened. What are you talking about? Diddy who? Okay, please pay attention. Okay, I sure wouldn't claim it, honey. I don't blame Claudia for lying if she is. But with that all being said, I think it was Clinton said, Hardfoot Claudia Jordan or Claudia Hardfoot Jordan. You know what they say? She has corns amongst them toes. I remember that from Housewives when she was on there. Said she had some terrible toes. How to pay attention. I guess that's why Clinton called her Hardfoot, but what do I know? Okay, so now let's get into the nefariousness. But before I do, I have to say this, okay? Y'all know every now and then I have to go in on fake Nancy Drew for telling all these lies all over the internet and all that stuff, and then act like somebody wants to steal her lying receipts. Now, somebody sent me the thing where she talked yesterday about Jonathan Oddie cooperating with the feds or something. They got him hidden out somewhere or whatever. And then I just want you all to pay attention because back in December, she reported that the man was, at one point she reported that the man was missing. Then she said he was dead. Okay, I mean, now she said that the man is cooperating with the feds, honey. What does he need to cooperate with the feds for? He already gave a full confession and already mentioned all the stuff that he was doing, as I showed you all weeks ago. When he said Diddy had a hip hop agenda, a Ciroc agenda, that Diddy wanted people to do drugs and binge drink off of alcohol, how he was trafficking and all that stuff, he already told all the tea. So what do they need him to do further? I have a whole lot of questions. For fake Nancy Drew, honey, I wouldn't even pay her no attention if she had been hating on the queen. But okay, the real melanated Chi TV says she sure did. Okay, honey, how's the man dead 1 minute, missing 1 minute, dead the next, and then all of a sudden? But I told you all back then when there was these fake reports coming out that he was dead, I told y'all that was all a load of BS, okay? So that all being said. Well, that all being said, let's get into it because here's the thing. Diddy has a new lawsuit. Now, here's the thing. He lost one lawsuit. One lawsuit was canceled, and then now he has another one. So he's still in the same predicament as far as I'm concerned. So let's talk about it because his nanny or his ex-nanny, if you all remember, I reported to you months ago how his ex-nanny was suing him. And so now she's canceled all of that. Okay, she's canceled all of that. She dropped the case. Ex-nanny drops the case. But then artists sue him for unpaid work. Okay, so let's talk about it. I'm going to pull that up real quick. Likes up, everyone, please like and share. Thank you in advance. So with that all being said, I'm going to show y'all this. I'm not going to go through the whole thing. It's really not that long anyway, but I'm just going to give you a brief summary of the allegations that Sean Diddy is facing. Okay, you all can see that. Okay, so this is the new lawsuit that was filed by Raven Production Management Group LLC. Okay, this was filed on the 9th of April. So basically, they're upset because Diddy owes them some cash, and he had some a company reached out to them and contracted them and said that Diddy was working with them basically, and they were supposed to get paid for their work. They ended up getting paid and being told that Diddy basically wanted to, they said that Diddy basically wanted to postpone the project for a later date, which they didn't even tell him when the date was. Okay, so I find it also nefarious. But anyway, so they were suing him for $19 million in damages, okay? So it's been a bittersweet a few days for mogul Sean Diddy Combs, who has been sued for $19 million in damages, but has also accepted legal responsibility for his sixth child. Oh, I'm sorry. This is an old lawsuit. Hold on. That's another lawsuit that they hit him with. I got to tell you all about that in a second, but hold on. Let me pull up the correct information. Likes up, everyone, please. Like and share. Thank you in advance. Hold on, so many receipts, I can't find them. Hold on, beloveds. Okay, here we go. Okay, so basically, he received a $200,000 lawsuit on Tuesday, April the 9th, from an artist who claims that he never paid him for a scrapped art project and his other accusations regarding these SEX related crimes. Okay, now according to court documents reportedly obtained by Hip Hop DX and the Southern District of New York, got a complaint. Okay, filing from Raven Production Management Group. The plaintiff's story goes that Phantom Labs and Matthew Lupton commissioned him for a sculpture for an event Sean Combs was organizing for August of 2023. Now, while he signed the contract and was promised funding the very next day, the plaintiff then claims he was never even paid for his work. And now, remember in the lawsuit, Rodney Jones alleged that Diddy told him and bragged about how he never pays for anything. Well, looks like he was telling the truth. And even think about the list that had all of Claudia Jordan's exes on there, and Diddy was one, and it had everybody's occupation, said he was a thief. Okay, so that's what he's known as throughout the industry. Please pay attention, amongst other nefarious things. So furthermore, the plaintiff specifically alleges that he spent an additional $20,000 in project costs. And by the time the initiative fell into limbo due to the event's postponement, the cost totaled up to $97,000. The artist wants Diddy to cough up damages to Raven in an amount to be determined at trial, but no less than $200,000 for breach of contracts and no less than $96,732 for fraudulent inducement. In addition, the plaintiff seeks other damages. Now, these include for torturous interference with contract and business relations, deceptive trade practices, unjust enrichment, and quantum McCroot. So with that all being said, I'm sorry, Merowitz. I'm not wearing my glasses. Please pay attention. Now, meanwhile, this news breaks as the entertainment world continues to react to the bad boy mogul's legal battles. Do you think that this uphill climb will get any easier, or is this far from the end? Okay, however you may feel, you know what I'm saying? Diddy's going down. All right, that's what I'm going to say. Diddy is going down. All right, and the reason he probably hasn't paid and wanted to postpone that whole thing is because he probably doesn't have much money left. So now here's the one about the nanny. Diddy is in a very difficult position right now, albeit one that's unconfirmed as far as how accountable and responsible he is for it. Moreover, whenever one lawsuit drops, another one seems to emerge in its place, which is exactly what happened this month. Readers may remember a wrongful termination lawsuit against him from a former nanny, which at one point was among his big legal challenges before explosive sexual assault allegations and sex trafficking allegations emerged against him. But Raven Wells Warden dismissed her case and complaint with prejudice, which bars a potential refiling. And this was done on April the 2nd. Okay, and it's unclear if it was due to a settlement or not at press time. So she canceled her lawsuit April the 2nd, and then April the 9th, he was hit with another one, honey. I call this karma, and Diddy getting his ninja wake-up call, as far as I'm concerned. Okay? So with that all being said, now let's talk about Diddy and his mother. Because Diddy and his mother have a very strange relationship. Now, I know some of you all were trying to say that that wasn't his real mother, but that's his real mother. Okay, I did the research, honey, and verified it. That's his real mother, as I told you all. So, but let's talk about it because, you know, word on the street is his mother is the one who taught him about the freak-offs, and even, now this is all alleged, but I'm just telling you that a source said to me that Diddy's mother is the one who got him involved in the freak-offs and told him that when he, you know, when he was out there, she was so desperate for him to be a mogul that she actually told him to cozy up to some of those older white men, like Clive Davis, that she told him to do it. And so, and they also say that she allegedly worked as an escort. Now, I don't know if that's true, but I'm just telling you what people have said. So, but let's get into something Gene Deal said about 5 or so years ago. Likes up, everyone. Please like and share. Thank you in advance. Let me cue this real quick. Okay, so here we go. This is an old video from Gene Deal, like I said, from 5 years ago. Likes up, everyone. Please like and share. Thank you in advance.
On that, somebody needed knee pads. Allegedly. Yeah, and listen here, man. I don't have a podcast show. When I get back home, I got it set up. I'm gonna put this money together, and I'm gonna do the little microphone, you know, because y'all want the pipes, y'all want the nigga with the microphone in front, and then I'm gonna put a little bandana behind me and everything like that. Black Rob is one of the hottest rappers that came. And I'm wondering, you understand, why is it that Dude and them, and I was wondering why Dude and them are so untouchable when they did a lot of dirt. They did a lot of dirt to people in the industry, man. You understand? Puff will make phone calls to people and get dudes, yo, don't fuck with them. Don't fuck with Black Rob no more. Black Rob is one of the hottest rappers that came out of Harlem. Don't fuck with no more. Don't give them none. Don't bring them up to your show. Don't do this, that, and the third. When he had made one of the top anthems of Harlem, like, whoa. You understand? But he can't even get a snippet nowhere. And y'all trying to say, yo, how is this guy fall? Because they make phone calls. People don't deal with them because of them. People will not, you understand, people will not call up, you know, so you know, they think they doing Puff a favor because they'll call him up and say, yeah, Black Rob came over here trying to do something, man. You know, I ain't fucking with him no more. And they will condone that shit. They'll think they doing them a solid. How is it that from Flex to every nigga. I pulled big out the car. I pulled big out the car. I got more stories than China got rice. Anything that happened in New York when I was in there from the 80s to the 90s up to 2004 had to go through one of the teams or some of the teams that I was personally dealing with. And any boss, I was his right-hand man. I was their right-hand man right there with him. Yo, Gene, do this. Yo, Gene, do that. Yo, Gene, we need this. Yo, Gene, do this. Whatever the case may be. How is it that no radio station, no top podcast called me and say, yo, Gene, we want to hear the story. We want to hear what happened. We want to know what's going on. When this book come out and I lay it on the line and I let people read it first, everybody and their mama gonna try to get me up there. It's only one person who had the nerve, who said, I don't give a F, probably messed up his career too. And that was MREC. I was spending crazy money trying to get this shit out. I didn't know about the YouTube thing until they put me up on it. If you knew that if I knew I could have did that long time ago, I wouldn't have been in no damn studios paying somebody or being filmed and stuff like that. I'd have been right here giving it to you. Let me get this started right here. About this long time ago, and that was about the Justin and the Wolf thing when he said that Puffy's mother called down there and said for him to send, they can keep me so they can see Wolf because Puff was trying to commit suicide. Come on, Reg, I told you that wasn't true, bro. You know, I wasn't there when it happened, but within 10 to 15 minutes, I was right there and I heard the conversation between the individuals that it happened to. Puff was putting his hands on Kim. She took that corkscrew that you open winded and ripped that nigga wrist when he was trying to hit her. The nigga was a woman beater. Always have been. Just like this little girl said, she was kicking me, he was doing this. It reminded me when he did Misa like that. Tried to kick up on the car. She caught that nigga with that corkscrew and ripped him on his wrist. She was tired of that hitting shit. Shout out to Kim. God bless the dead. Straighten that shit out. But yet and still, he got that connection with Viacom, VH1, BET. He on my mama, bless my mama shows and shit like that. Nigga used to cuss his mama out like a sailor. And I told him, and Miss Combs, you would get mad all you want to. You know this is true. That nigga cussed you out in front of on 19th Street at the old bad boy office downstairs who was getting in the limousine. And I said, boy, if I ever hear you cuss your mama again, I'm gonna beat the shit out you. Gee, I told her to stay out of my mama. Nigga, you wouldn't have no business if it wasn't for her. I could speak on this.
said. Okay, so I had my mic muted. With that all being said, okay, we know Diddy's a woman beater. We've heard too many stories by too many different people, and everybody can't be lying. Okay, and then cussing out your own mother. But then, hey, there was another dude, I believe his last name was Burroughs, who said that Diddy, in fact, slapped his mother. Okay, he said he slapped his mother, honey. Slapped a taste out of her mouth. Please pay attention. And I find it all nefarious. But at the end of the day, his mother condones his BS. Please pay attention. Okay? Hold on, beloveds. Now, as I said, his mother condones his BS. And here we go right here. Another thing is, Big Gene said that his mother tried to hit on him. That's something else he said. I'm not going to play the whole video, but he said that Diddy's mom tried to hit on him and he wasn't attracted to her like that. Okay, and said she was always trying to get him to do stuff. I find it all so nefarious. Okay, so now let's go back to these this lawsuit with Grace. Let's go to that real quick. Oh no, actually this is Lil Rod. Okay, so I'm going to share my screen because I want you all to see this because I'm about to make some connect the dots. Please pay attention. Okay, here we go. Likes up, everyone. Please like and share. Thank you in advance. Okay, so hopefully you all can see that. So, in this document, this was the amended filing by Lil Rod. Okay, so if you recall, he said, after being forced to drink Lace De Leon shots, I began feeling lightheaded and I passed out. I remember waking up at about 4 a.m. the following morning, naked with an SEX worker sleeping next to me. On February the 2nd, 2023, I believe Mr. Combs drugged me. I remember waking up naked, dizzy, and confused. I was in bed with 2 SEX workers and Mr. Combs. What was Diddy doing in the bed with this man? I'm pretty sure we can figure that out. I also recall aimlessly wandering around the house with no clothes on. I have photos of the SEX workers sleeping on the bed the morning after. I can provide it to the court if necessary. Now, I want you all to pay attention to that because it is very likely that Diddy raped that young man. Okay, very likely that he did so. Please pay attention. This is all nefarious because if you remember, let me see if I can pull this up real quick. Yeah, here it is right here. Okay, so let me just pull this up real quick and show you all. Okay, so if you all remember, I just showed you days ago how, let me take that off the screen. I just showed you all days ago how this guy who was an A&R from No Limit, and then there was a couple of other videos I showed you with Ali Vegas and this other guy talking about what goes on and how they blackmail people. Okay, so let's go to that real quick for those who missed it.
Saying about it, what I told you, the devil's job is to take as many souls as possible. The music industry is satanic. When I say it's still the same gatekeepers, what I mean by that is a company called Vivendi. Period. Vivendi. Y'all can Google that. Vivendi owns Viacom. It's umbrella companies. This shit don't change, right? That's one. 2, with the music business, once they see you got potential to be influential over the masses, so when they get proposition and they see a car, they go, they don't know, don't drink after a nigga. They don't know a nigga going. They never been in the street. They don't know the rules that apply. I'm gonna tell you, right. Look, I'm gonna tell you a story because I ain't really trying to put niggas out there, right? But a nigga in the studio, we from the hood. I used to stick niggas up, bro. Babyface. I used to book niggas. So I'm always on point, bro. I'm on point right now, my nigga. Always on my square. But a nigga that's a square, he don't know. Yeah. So he don't know why shit drink. He don't know. So now he drink behind a nigga. He get drugged. They videotape it. Then when he in the meeting, they give him a shitty contract. They play the video of him getting 3 niggas. He ain't never been doing shit like that. So he like, man, what fuck gonna sign? And you gonna give me money? So rather than get that story put out, he gonna sign that bad contract, which is the 360 deal. He gonna take that advance, which is recuperable anyway. So they gonna give him the money just to take back and own the rights to his shit. I'm sitting here with 5 niggas that got the same look like I.
Now, let me stop right there for a second, because this is what I want you all to pay attention to. Everything that he said is everything that Lil Rod said in his lawsuit filings. Lil Rod said that Diddy had people lacing the drinks, okay, specifically Christina Coram, all right? And then he said that he woke up in the bed naked with Diddy and 2 SEX workers and all of that. Okay, he talked about being drugged, waking up dizzy and all of that. And here's the thing. If you know that Diddy did all of these things, according to Lil Rod, if we're to believe this, then we would also likely believe that Diddy has footage of the things that he's done. And so when Lil Rod says Diddy never paid him, when he says that Diddy never paid him, and then we saw the video footage, remember I showed you guys the video months ago where Lil Rod, they were talking about him. The video got leaked. It was Diddy and some of his friends talking trash about Lil Rod and saying they were going to keep his publishing. Why would they feel so comfortable talking about that and just saying that they're going to keep his publishing? Because Diddy has videos of him, I'm pretty sure. Okay, Diddy, that's why he would drug him. Likely, if this is all true, alleged, right? Allegedly, if he did do these things, that's why he did it. And he would never have thought that Lil Rod would come forward and say anything because of out of fear of knowing that Diddy has footage of him. Because let's not forget that Lil Rod didn't know that Diddy had cameras in every room in that house at first. He said it was several months later, after he'd been living there, that he found out about those cameras, when one day his DoorDash food came and they allowed him to go get it, because usually they would just bring it to him. That's when he walked into a room and saw all of these monitors all over the room, and each one had like 20 frames on it. So it was at that time, months later, that he found out about these cameras and stuff, and that people are being recorded. Okay, and so at the end of the day, he knows, I'm sure, that he was likely recorded because he woke up drugged and dizzy. Okay, so at the end of the day, Diddy is all nefarious. Okay, please pay attention. But let's continue.
I'm telling y'all, they around out here. Y'all, they are fucking around. They giving niggas some shit that ain't what you think. Wake up tomorrow, shit, ass nigga with a footy on. You don't know what you just done did. I mean, real shit. Your motherfucker feels the fuck your ass hurting. You don't know what to say. You don't know who to tell. But this is what the game is going to. That's what it's going to. Then, here it is, it's time for a contract to come out. Nigga want to sign you for 5 years. You like, nah, dog. So you don't want to sign with us? Nah. That's nah. Man, pop in the tape. Show this nigga what he did last night. I'm serious. Dude, this real shit I'm telling y'all though. Pop in the tape. You sitting there like, man, what the yeah, that's what happened. You got what you gonna do? You gonna sign that contract. You don't want nobody in the hood to see that shit. You don't want this shit to get out, dog. I'm telling y'all.
Okay, so you all see that, and let's not forget, Ali Vega said the same thing. So with that all being said, that's how it goes down, and that's what Diddy was doing. The one thing that Diddy didn't count on, that he didn't bank on, was that Lil Rod would come forward and file a lawsuit against him, because he thought that he had him blackmailed. I'm quite sure that he thought, now this is all alleged, of course, but it's my belief that he has footage of Lil Rod, and he probably thought that would keep him from saying anything, and that's why he wouldn't have to pay him, okay? Because we already know about the sexual blackmail that goes on. So I find it all, yes, it is low down, Claudette, absolutely. It absolutely is low down, okay? And so please pay attention. But now, let's talk about Diddy's mother. Let's talk about Diddy's mother. Hold on. Actually, before we talk about his mother, let's talk about Lil Rod pleading the fifth. Okay, likes up, everyone. Please like and share. Thank you in advance. Okay, so first off, is this it right here? Okay, yeah. First of all, let's talk about the underage girls that Lil Rod said were at Diddy's party. Let's go back to that in his lawsuit. Likes up, everyone. Please like and share, because we're about to connect the dots. Okay, so if you all can see that, Now, in this part of the documentation, it says there were a lot of people present at this party, including Chris Brown, Justin Combs, SEX workers, and some underage girls. Justin Combs would typically bring the younger women to these parties. I have 2 videos of 2 different SEX workers that Justin Combs brought with him to Chalice Recording Studios. I can provide the videos to the court. This event began at 7 p.m. Mr. Combs requested female SEX workers and required me to solicit them. An hour later, several SEX workers appeared. In addition to SEX workers, there were at least 5 women in the crowd who appeared to be under the age of 16. That would make them girls, not women, if this is true. Now, Mr. Combs forced all of his attendees to drink laced De Leon liquor. I believe Mr. Combs laced the liquor with ecstasy. I have personally witnessed his staff members, Brendan Paul and Moy Bond, lace alcohol with ecstasy. Now, the presence of what I perceive to be underage girls or underage women made me very uncomfortable. I attempted to leave and Mr. Combs forced me to stay. I had my car keys in my book bag and I have never lost my keys. And Mr. Combs went so far as to take my keys to prevent me from leaving. Now, I want you all to pay attention to that because here's the thing. If there were underage girls there at any of those parties, which Rodney Jones clearly alleges and said it made him feel uncomfortable, why would it make him feel uncomfortable? Well, quite frankly, because no one wants to be caught up in that sort of BS. So, with that all being said, you don't think Diddy possibly made him do something with some of those underage girls? I absolutely believe that he did. And here's why. I want you all to pay attention because I already told you guys that when I reported to you about that SEX cult known as Nexium or whatever they call themselves, the bunch of freaks that had these women doing all sorts of stuff. I already told you all that one of the things the leader did was he made them have inappropriate things done with people who were not of age. Okay, so that he could blackmail them. I said that also, that's what they said about R. Kelly. They said that R. Kelly made them do that. See, the thing is this, they have to make sure that you're not going to run your mouth, that you're not going to go tell them what they're doing and what's going on. And with that all being said, this is why they have these tapes and videos and to keep you under control, to get you to do whatever they want at their whim. Okay, so they get the men to do these things with other men without them really knowing it most of the time. They put stuff in their drinks. And then, like they said, you wake up naked and then you realize what happened. And then they pop in the tape and show you. But with the women, in some cases, they will have women doing things with people that are underage. Okay, because they know that's illegal. You can go to prison for that. So no, you're not going to say anything. But they also would do that to men, specifically if the man was already homosexual. Because if the man's homosexual, it's not going to embarrass him, to have done something with another man. He might be humiliated that it happened to him when he didn't know or whatever. But at the end of the day, they might just make him do something else, like do the same thing they make the women do with these underage people. So that is what I believe Diddy did. Now, I'm not saying Lil Rod is gay. I don't know if he is. But what I think Diddy did was made Lil Rod do something with some of these underage people. Because here's what it says in this part of the lawsuit. Please pay attention. At the very bottom, at point 100, it says, I could share other things. Now, this is what he's saying. I could share other things, but I do not feel comfortable putting them in this document. I will be willing to discuss them with the court under seal, okay, to preserve my Fifth Amendment. Now, why would he need to preserve his Fifth Amendment? Why would he need to plead the Fifth? Well, you usually plead the Fifth because you don't want to incriminate yourself when you're telling on someone else. So Lil Rod pleading the Fifth makes me absolutely believe that Diddy made him do some of those things with those minors and possibly had him even going out to help Justice solicit them. Who knows? But it's something illegal that he was told to do. And that's why he's not putting in the documents. And that's why he said he will share it with the court. And that it must be under seal so he can reserve his Fifth Amendment. Okay, I just want you all to pay attention. Another reason he wouldn't put it in the court documents is because he wouldn't want other people to know. Because these documents are public, as we can see. So he would not want people like us knowing that this is what he had to do, if in fact that's what he did. Now, I'm just making speculation and allegations, but that's absolutely what I think, because that's what makes sense if he's trying to reserve his Fifth Amendment right. Okay, so please pay attention. Please pay attention. Now, with that all being said, let's talk about this lawsuit with Grace McCaig. Let's go back to that, because another thing that I found interesting was I told you all that it has been alleged that Diddy's mother was in on the FOs and that she, in fact, told him about these things. They say she worked as an escort, which I said, I don't know if these things are true. This is all alleged. But at the end of the day, sources have said that she got him into this stuff and basically that she was participating. So let's talk about that for a second, because here's the thing. In the filing from Grace McCaig's lawsuit for the incident that happened on the yacht, you may remember that there was one incident that occurred where they said Diddy's mother was present. And I said, first of all, whose mother would be around that? And so let's get into it. Okay, so according to the plaintiff, on another occasion, defendant C. Combs lost a large bag of marijuana and required the crew to search the yacht for it. According to plaintiff, on another occasion, while Hulu was filming, defendant S. Combs and his friends, including Young Miami, were playing a game called Carisha Please. Defendant S. Combs was dared to expose himself. At this point, defendant Combs stood up, pulled down his pants, and exposed his eggplant. Okay? Plaintiff was standing beside the table and heard the commotion. Defendant S. Combs' mother was sitting beside him. His mother was sitting beside him. So you mean to tell me this nasty freak pulled his pants down, exposed himself with his mother sitting there? So y'all think his mother wasn't in on these freak-offs? Y'all think his mother didn't tell him all about this kind of stuff like they're alleging? Because why would your mother be in a room and you feel comfortable to be messing around with all these women? Because remember, in that same lawsuit, it talked about him being in a room having relations with multiple women. And then your mother's on board and you're doing all of this stuff. Your mother's literally at the freak-offs with you. Was your mother a participant? Well, it seems like it, because I want you all to pay attention to this. His mother, I believe his mother was doing drugs with him and binge drinking and all of that, because there's one video, his mother's clearly drunk, okay? One video, his mother looks clearly drunk where she's wearing this green dress and they're at an award show or some event. He brings her up on stage and it's obvious to me that she was drunk. But not only that, let's go back to the video of him and his mother kissing, okay? Let's talk about it. Because in this video, I want you all to pay attention to something that nobody else noticed, okay? And I'm going to bring this to the forefront. Pay attention.
Let me introduce you to my mom. Called Mom Dukes.
Hi.
She's getting a drip with me. She's hydrating. What's up, Mom?
Everything's good, baby. I'm here with you.
Yeah.
I love you.
I love you too. Freshly dipped though. I was just trying to show you a shoe. Yeah, my mom's is single. Mom's is single. I ain't gonna hate on my mom's. She's single. Me and my mom talked about one time doing a dating show with her. She's so picky. She's so picky, they don't stand. But yeah, that'd be the funniest show in the world.
It will be, especially with me.
I don't even want to get started if she was doing that. We're not doing that, cause yeah, my mom's single. Yeah, for real. Mom Duke know how to have a good time. She ain't sitting in the house playing. They outside moving and shaking, baby. She come with me to the strip club. I don't care. For real. It's my dog, you know, I want to live life. Be out here moving and grooving. So my mom told me, she just said, keep moving, baby.
That's right.
Keep moving.
Don't stop.
She could touch the floor with her palms, you know? Flat. Oh! Take, pew, pew, pew. Real. So that's my inspiration, you know? Motivation. Everything. Ma Duke in the house on a f***ing Friday. Let's go. Let's go. You know what I'm saying? Like your mother, she don't expect nothing from you as far as like just like overdoing it, just giving her millions. Just the way you feel about getting a couple of million, she gonna feel the same way. You know what I'm saying? And so that's how I treat my mom. It ain't really about the money, just whatever you want. We have whatever you want, mom. Whatever you want, whatever you want, and whenever you see it, I want it to make you happy, I'll get it for you. I'll do anything for you. Yeah. All right. Yeah. No, I don't have to have no more. No. You're going to get some more, though.
Oh, wait. Did you hear what he said? Oh, this is more for when?
Yeah, she knows. She's dangerous. If I let her know what this live was really doing right now, my mom will be the queen of live. Oh, Christian trying to join her. Let Christian in. Christian got a hit. What's up? That's the
Okay, so with that all being said, I want you all to pay attention. Because for one, did you all notice what he said at the beginning of that video? He said his mother is doing a drip with him. You all heard that, right? You saw they had the IVs hooked up to them. Did you all see that? Once in the chat, if you saw the IVs that were hooked up to them. Once in the chat, if you all saw the IVs that they had hooked up to them, and then he said his mother is getting hydrated with him. Now pay attention to that, because let's go back to Cassie's lawsuit for a moment. Because there's a reason they were getting those drips. And here's the thing. Pay attention to the fact that his mother, he said his mother goes to the strip clubs with him. Whose mom's going to the strip clubs with them? And who would want to even take their mom to that type of environment with them? Specifically a man. Who wants to do that? That's very strange to me. And then the fact that his mother was sitting next to him when he exposed himself. Yeah, this is all weird stuff, okay? Okay, this is all weird stuff as far as I'm concerned. But likes up, everyone, please like and share. I'm going to share my screen because I'm about to make it all make sense. See, because nobody connects these dots like I do. Please pay attention. You always hear it here first, okay? So let's talk about it, because here's the thing. If you may recall, because I have a very good memory. If you may recall, in Cassie's lawsuit, she talked about taking drips to get hydrated. So we're going to get into that in a minute. Now, in one part of the lawsuit, she says, adding insult to injury, Mr. Combs used illegal substances and threats of violence to force Ms. Ventura into repeated unwanted sexual encounters with male sex workers. Over the years that Mr. Combs abused Ms. Ventura physically and sexually, she again and again tried to escape his tight hold on her life. Every time she hid, Mr. Combs' vast network of cooperations and affiliated entities would find her. And those who worked for Mr. Combs' companies implored her to return to him. Many went as far as to explicitly state that her failure to return to Mr. Combs would hinder her success in the entertainment industry. Now, why would I be reading that to you? Well, because I just want to remind you of how he also was blackmailing Cassie. He was blackmailing his own girlfriend. What kind of low-down nefarious person does that? Okay? What kind of low-down nefarious person does that? Please pay attention. Now let's go to another part of the document. Likes up, everyone, please like and share. Now, in this part of the document, we must remember, compounding this all-encompassing intrusion into her life, Mr. Combs secured his control over the young and impressionable Miss Ventura by introducing her to a drug-fueled lifestyle that kept her complacent and compliant. Mr. Combs first introduced Miss Ventura to opiates around 2018 and would often have pills and other drugs out in the open like candy. Okay, upon information and belief, Mr. Combs has been addicted to prescription painkillers and took ecstasy frequently. Now let's go back on that, because remember Gene Deal said that when Kim slashed him with that corkscrew, he talked about in the video I just showed, but in another video he talked about it as well, and he said that that is what led him to become addicted to painkillers. Okay, being treated for when she clipped him. He said he believes that she clipped an artery or something because he was bleeding so bad or whatever, and when she hurt his wrist. So that's how he started taking the painkillers. And then he was already doing other illegal substances like the liquid Coca-Cola that Jonathan Oddie talked about, the ecstasy, and all these other things, allegedly. Now, and then they just go to show that he was addicted. So with that all being said, he got Cassie addicted. At first, Miss Ventura was given the prescriptions that Mr. Combs received from a doctor in Miami, Florida. Eventually, when Mr. Combs exhausted his supply of pills, he demanded that Miss Ventura procure prescriptions from this Miami doctor in her own name. Okay, now let's go to another part of the lawsuit. Okay, so now in this part, it says Mr. Combs' assistants would help to set up the FO, including by setting up the hotel suites with baby oil and astroglide. I want y'all to pay attention. This is also disgusting. And here's the thing, pay attention, because Cassie's lawsuit corroborates what Rodney Jones says in his lawsuit, that both are talking about his assistants and the people that were working around and with him setting up these FOs. Now, Mr. Combs always supplied Miss Ventura and the SEX workers with copious amounts of drugs before and during the FOs. Miss Ventura was given ecstasy, Coca-Cola, GHB, ketamine, marijuana, and alcohol in excessive amounts during FOs, which allowed her to disassociate during these horrific encounters. It became commonplace. Listen to this part, because this is why I believe that his mother was doing these drugs with him. Because he just said in that video that his mother was getting a drip. She's getting a drip with me. She's getting hydrated. Now, here's what Cassie says in the lawsuit. It became commonplace to get IV fluids in the days after an FO to recover from the excessive substances pushed into her. So she had to get drips and hydrated because of all the drugs she was taking. And Diddy did too. So if his mother is sitting there with him getting a drip, likely she was doing the drugs with him. Okay, that's just my speculation. Okay, so I want you all to pay attention. Miss Ventura was required to dress up in lingerie for an FO, and Mr. Combs insisted she wear white nail polish to contrast her nails with the skin of the black men he hired to have sex with her. Now, pay attention to that too, because Diddy's mom, on that video I just showed you, what color were his mother's fingernails? They were polished to white. Okay, so I just want you all to pay attention. All right, I want you all to pay attention. At the end of the day, this is all nefarious. This is absolutely all nefarious, okay? Please pay attention. So with that all being said, his mother, in my opinion, was a participant in some of this nefariousness, sitting right beside him, if this is all true, sitting there getting a drip and all of that. Why is she getting a drip? Why are they getting hydrated? Y'all just can't drink water? No, because when you're that dehydrated from doing copious amounts of drugs and drinking a lot of alcohol, binge drinking alcohol and all that stuff, well, you get so dehydrated that it can throw off your electrolytes. And so you need to get your system hydrated quickly. And so the best way for them to do that is to put it in through the veins. Okay, please pay attention. All right, so this is all nefarious, like I said. Now, let's go to this video that I showed you all with Jonathan Oddie again. Likes up, everyone, please like and share. Like and share. Okay, here it is. Now let's talk about this for a second. Okay, here we go. Now listen to this again. What everybody missed was the fact that Jonathan Oddie, he told us then in 2018, he told it that Diddy had a whole agenda, a hip-hop agenda to move dope through the music industry. I want y'all to pay attention, because didn't Jaguar Wright say that he was using the music industry as a front it was being used as a front. And didn't Sloan Bella say, when she talked about his clothing line, she said that was a front for something else. Do you all remember this? Dorina said, yes, you did, Queen. Claudette says, yep. Thank you, beloveds. But do you all remember them saying that? I showed y'all the receipts. This is all nefarious. Now, let me go to the Jonathan Oddie video, okay? Because I have some clips from the video that I'm going to re-show you all, just so y'all know what I'm talking about. And remember, y'all heard it here first. Now, we all heard it in the past, but no one caught on to this. Because like I said, everybody was too busy, including myself, trying to figure out the parts that matched what Cassie said in that lawsuit. We didn't catch this tea, but the Queen caught it. So let me just go to it real quick. Likes up, everyone, please like and share. Thank you in advance. I have 3 clips of the videos, so let me make sure I'm pulling up the right one in order of how I want them to play. Okay, here we go right here. Likes up, everyone, please like and share. Thank you in advance.
Basically, what happens is following. The hip-hop agenda is an agenda to move drugs law in the United States. They move, you need to inform the DEA. They move all the dope, okay, all the dope on private jets, which don't get screened by customs, by DEA inside the United States, okay? They move what's called high-grade powder MDMA. They move cocaine, and they move liquid cocaine in the bottles too. Okay, so they put the liquid cocaine in the bottles and they move it. I've seen liquid cocaine, I've drank it myself, having sex with Diddy and Cassie. Okay, it's not good. He drinks it all the time. Right, he calls it Gigi. That's liquid cocaine. Alright. How do I know there's a conspiracy against Trump?
Okay, so I know that he has a heavy accent. He has a very heavy accent. But did you all hear what he said? Y'all heard that loud and clear, right? He said the hip-hop agenda to move drugs through the music industry. And then he said he moves liquid Coca-Cola. And he said that he's had some. And that Diddy uses it all the time. Now, please pay attention, because what did I tell y'all the other day about Young Miami? About Young Miami, right? Young Miami was supposedly bringing him pink Coca-Cola. It's called Tusi in the streets. Tusi, T-U-C-I. All right, that's what it's called in the streets. Okay. So I want you all to pay attention, because all of this is all adding up, okay? Now pay attention. Jonathan Oddie said when he was having sex with Diddy and Cassie. Diddy and Cassie. So he was having relations with Diddy too, okay? So we already know what goes down with Diddy. But at the end of the day, he said the hip-hop agenda. And also, I showed you all of that same video where he talked about a Ciroc agenda, where Diddy was supposed to get people to binge drink alcohol and to be doing all of these drugs. And here's the thing. Cassie was actually addicted. Hold on. In that lawsuit, it talked about how Cassie was addicted to drugs. Okay, I'm not going to go back and find that right now. But Cassie was addicted to drugs because he was making her do it so much and so often that when she got married to her husband, he had to, or before they got married, but when she got with the man she's now married to, okay, he had to help her. Alex Fine had to help her get off of the drugs. She was having horrible withdrawal symptoms. Okay, and so in her lawsuit, she talks about, you know, how she's going to have counseling and just go through the stuff for trauma and all of that. Well, this is why. So when people were trying to cape for Diddy and saying ignorant things like, why didn't she leave? Well, she said why she didn't leave. Because his corporations, these people that he's working with, these different entities, they would come and find her no matter where she hid. Once they would find her, they would explicitly convince her, tell her she needs to go back to him or he's going to ruin her career. And that's what he was holding over her head. She was afraid of him. Imagine you dating someone who blows up someone's car, who has you carrying 2 of their guns while they run up on somebody else, who you've heard all of these other nefarious things about. I'm sorry, what woman wouldn't be scared? Most abused women are scared to leave their abusers. That's common sense. But see, some people don't use common sense. What they do is they get wrapped up in their emotions and feelings, and then they want to sit there and try to justify Diddy's actions by blaming the victim, saying, oh, well, she was there for the money, living the fancy lifestyle, and then when the money wasn't rolling in, or she just got tired of it, she wanted to leave, and now she wants a payday. These are the ignorant things, the words of fools. Okay, these are the words of fools and people who are likely doing the same types of things or have engaged in the same nefarious activities or been to Diddy's parties, in my opinion. Okay, because who's taking up for this? When all of these different people are coming out and saying these things, and these people are not the other people, these are the people that look like Diddy. Okay, the lovely T said a real crook. Natasha said amen. Okay, this is all so sick, the stuff that he was doing. And the fact that, as Gene Deal said, he was calling other people, telling them not to work with Black Rob. He did the same thing to Mace. Mace said the same thing. Why do y'all think Mace never got another record deal? Why do y'all think Mace never got another record deal? And here's the thing. 50 wanted to sign Mace, but 50 even said that Diddy wanted him to pay $2 million to get Mace out of the contract, I guess, or whatever, so that he could sign him. And 50 said he told him Mace isn't worth $2 million with $2 million in his pocket. Not throwing shade at Mace, but basically saying, Diddy, you know darn well I'm not giving you that. Okay, he already had Mace writing songs for him that he never paid for. Those raps that he was rapping were written by Mace, allegedly, according to Mace, and he never got paid for it. He never even got credit for it. So this is the stuff that Diddy was doing. He's low down and dirty. Why would anybody who looks like me be such an ignorant fool to try to defend this man? He's a whole thug, okay? He's a whole thug. If anybody's a detriment to our community, it's him. He is no different than wanton supremacist. And in fact, that's who he was working at the behest of. Everything Diddy did, he did it to his own people, but somebody's going to take up for him. Look how he did Locks, Craig Mack, Black Rob, Mace, Day 26, Danity Kane, 112. Should I continue? Biggie. Okay, so at the end of the day, honey, I think enough's been said. Diddy needs to sit down somewhere, and anybody capable for him needs to do the same, because you sound ridiculous, okay? But I just wanted you all to see how I connected all of these dots, okay? Things that other people didn't notice clearly, didn't put two and two together and get four. And the fact that his mother sitting up there taking a drip with him, getting hydrated, yeah, I absolutely believe she was doing drugs and binge drinking alcohol with him, sitting up there next to him while he pulls out his privates, according to Lil Rod. If all these things are true, and I believe they absolutely are, I mean, we've already seen them kissing on the mouth and all that. And he said that she goes to strip clubs. And here's the thing, who sits there and says, and he was soliciting his mother too, I want y'all to pay attention, he was soliciting his mother as if he's her pimp. On that video that I just showed you, he's sitting there talking about, yeah, my mother's single and ready to mingle. She's not sitting up in the house. She's out there moving and shaking. My mother can touch her hands. She can touch her toes. And she said, yeah, with palms flat. Whose mother talks like that in front of him? But what son says such things about his mother? And how does he even know that his mother can do those things? Well, he might know because his mother was probably at those freakouts getting freaked. Okay, his mother was probably right there with him at the freakouts getting freaked. Otherwise, how would he know? Because if he isn't embarrassed to pull his pants down in front of his mom, well, he clearly wouldn't be embarrassed for her to be doing the same. Nor would she, if this is all true. And so with that all being said, she's sitting there, you know, talking about touching her toes with palms flat. And he's saying that she can do it too. How would he know this? Did she tell him or did he see it? I have a whole lot of questions. Either way, it's inappropriate and disgusting. Okay, but this is all sick. Yeah, Queen Sam said showing off her skills. Okay. Oh, so nefarious. Hey, Reggie. Okay, so with that all being said, I'm going to conclude this broadcast because it's all disgusting. Make sure you get the likes up. Please like and share. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, please do. And also, don't forget to double check and make sure you're still subscribed, okay? Especially if you haven't been receiving your notifications and all of that. I'm going live on the backup channel right now, immediately following this broadcast. We've got to talk about it. For those of you who remember, back sometime last year, about maybe 6 or 7 months ago, I talked about this woman, Karen, who took the lives of her two beautiful biracial sons. Beautiful little boys. She took their lives. Well, now she's trying to just, you know, play around with the court She's basically trying to play around with the court and trying to postpone her hearings and all of this, or her court date, her trial, trying to keep getting it pushed back and all of this. But she needs to face the inevitable. So we're going to talk about that on the next video. And also, we have to talk about the Scientology leader who was sued for sex abuse and didn't like the ruling by the judge. So guess what he did? He got the judge kicked off the case. Who does he think he is, and how did he pull that off? Okay, how did he pull that off? Are these Scientologists, honey, I'm telling you, I believe some of them have some big connections. Please pay attention. So we're going to talk about all that on the next broadcast. Everyone, please like and share, subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram at Dr._AShakur, TikTok at Dr. AShakur, and Twitter at DGoddess27. All right, I love you all to life. Each one teach one. That's how we grow and thrive. Do something productive, constructive, but never destructive. And always remember, beloveds, to keep the Most High first in your lives. Peace.
Hit him with that flavor. Gold all in my skin, God all in my blood, kings all in my circle. You touch one of mine and you're done. They show no love for the queen. Why you hating on me? Is it cause I'm free and I got Malcolm X in my jeans? I got dreams like King Luther, shed blood like Kunsa. You ain't helping my people, I ain't got nothing to say to ya. I want all the smoke like hookah. Talking reparations, America won't be great until they give us compensation. I'm like, I'm the hottest right now. See a bunch of lames out here trying to jock on my style. They be doing too much. I'm the queen, it's too easy. It's like they all at Popeyes, how they be talking so greasy. I just sit back and laugh while these haters get madder. So nefarious how they don't want my pockets with cheddar. I tell them they can do better. These snakes in the grass can leave a bite on your ass, cause y'all be trusting too fast. I got my foot on the gas, other one on they necks. Dropping receipts on haters, you better show some respect. I'm never facing regrets, we only facing the threats. Running through every challenge like a relay, break no sweat. It's a cold game, so I got that blanket with me. Now that my people awaken, ain't no going to sleep. I do not play by my piece, this time I'm playing for keeps. You talking slick, but when I see you like them ends, we gon' meet. And I got gold all in my skin, God all in my blood, kings all in my circle. You touch one of mine and you done. They show no love for the queen. Why they hating on me? Is it cause I'm free and I got Malcolm X in my jeans, and I got gold all in my skin, God all in my blood, kings all in my circle. You touch one of mine and you done. They show no love for the queen. Why they hating on me? Is it cause I'm free and I got Malcolm X in my jeans, and I got